I mean, it's Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points. I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce. Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday morning to you all. Hope you all had a nice Monday night. Hope you all enjoyed your Super Bowl Sunday. It was a nice day. Went over to my brother's house. He has a big party every year. Saw like a bunch of family, friends, high school, and all that. Fun time. I gotta say, man, I don't know if it's part of getting old. I mean, I'm not that old. I'm in my mid to late 30s here. I'm not that old, but my body cannot handle anything anymore. Like, I still don't feel right. And I didn't even drink a lot. I don't really drink much anymore. I probably drank like 5 or 6 times all of 2025. So I don't really drink much anymore. But wasn't the alcohol. I wasn't hungover. I can't handle the food anymore. Like, I had he had like cheesesteak things and like just like really good Super Bowl food. But my levels feel off. Like, my sodium feels off. My body I'm so soft. I can't handle anything anymore.
Just really quickly, what do you normally eat? And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just curious. Like, what do you normally eat, like, on a given month?
Factor 75 meals.
Okay.
Or like granola bar and yogurt, banana.
Oh, okay.
Fruity Pebbles.
I wasn't trying to get you. I was just curious because I eat like crap all the time, so I could eat that. You know how I eat.
No, I eat the most like regular bland shit. Like, I eat whatever makes my brain function the fastest. That's my motives when I eat. Like, what's going to give me the best energy to get the most done tonight? That's what I'm thinking when I'm consuming food. I treat it like fuel. I know I'm broken as a person, dude.
Just drink coffee. Just fucking load up on the coffee.
Yeah, I don't really have a problem with that though. I do drink a big coffee every morning, but it's not like I'm falling asleep. I don't have a problem. If anything, it's the opposite. I have anxiety, so I need to like chill. so like I do have a coffee in the morning, but yeah, just something I noticed, man. I'm still not from the alcohol, from the food, just not feeling it.
I'll get you.
Yeah, I didn't place a single bet today. I don't think. No.
Wow, I really thought you would have been on Kansas.
No, I was actually considering Arizona in that one. But yeah, no, I didn't place a single bet today. We got there's some good games on for Tuesday. It's a pretty cool little Tuesday. I do have an NBA bet. There's another one I'm considering. A little bit weird for the NBA with the All-Star. Actually, what the hell? Let's talk about college basketball first. All right, BYU Baylor. I ended up live betting BYU at halftime in the Houston game plus 5.5, and that looked so good up until the final couple minutes there. So I actually lost a live bet on BYU on Saturday. The laying 2.5 on the road in Baylor. I mean, I feel like we keep saying the same thing with this BYU team. It's like, yo, they're good, but like they keep losing basketball games. How many times do we lose before it's like, okay, maybe this team isn't as good as we thought? I think BYU's very good, but they continue to lose games. So what are our thoughts on BYU right now, and what do we think of Baylor?
I think that both these teams, I mean, I'm not in a position where I'm like ready to like sell the farm on BYU. Obviously they've played and lost a lot of games, but I mean, on the road at Texas Tech, on the road at Kansas, at home against Arizona, at home against Houston. And then the one bad one, at least the one as far as it looks bad, is Oklahoma State. So you take out the Oklahoma. I mean, obviously you don't take it out, but besides that one, all the other ones are to the top dogs in this conference. So yes, I don't think they're a top dog in the Big 12, but I do think they're a pretty decent basketball team. And as far as Baylor is concerned, because I would think that if you put most of the teams in the Big 12 against that schedule over those last 5 games, they would struggle as well. And as far as
they're supposed to be one of those teams, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
You don't spend $7 million on a freshman for 1 year and then just be like, yeah, we lose 4 or 5 conference
They
games.
didn't invest. BYU did not invest in this team to be a second-tier Big 12 team. Trevor's right.
I'm not saying that they didn't, but the idea that they're just going to magically do this and beat out teams like Houston and Kansas and Arizona and Iowa State and Texas Tech is kind of like a fallacy to me. I mean,
look at Indiana.
Those teams have money as well. Those teams have money as well. So, and Houston doesn't, but they have Samson. So
what do you think about this number? Too short?
I think so. I'm going to be playing BYU minus the 2.5 here. So they haven't really been tested too bad on the road so far this year. I mean, Kansas State, Utah, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, they really haven't shot the free ball well on the road either. But at the same time, I wouldn't hate an over in this game either. But I know for me, it's one thing is that I just feel like BYU is going to have such a huge advantage inside on the boards here that even if those three balls aren't falling, I think that the rebounding advantage for BYU is so significant with the height and stuff that it's not going to matter. Not to mention the fact that BYU is one of those teams that doesn't turn the ball over at all. Baylor doesn't even force turnovers, so I think they're going to be able to run their offense how they want. And I mentioned the size. This is probably a game that Debanza probably shines out for. So I know that he has been kind of, I don't want to call it no-showing at all. I mean, 28, 36, and 24. But everybody seems to be talking about everybody else besides him. I wouldn't be surprised if he showed out tomorrow night. I really like BYU tomorrow.
Do you guys agree? It looks like on Pinnacle, this opened BYU minus 2.5, minus 104. It's up to minus 116. It looks like the initial movement is towards BYU. Would you guys agree that this closes 3 or higher, Spoon?
I don't know about if it closes 3 or higher. I think it does visit the 3.5 point for a while, but I expect some buyback. Like both of these teams have come down significantly in value since the beginning of the season, beginning of conference play. But regardless of that, I feel like we did have higher expectations for BYU, and this team's off 4 losses in a row. But I mean, we're talking Arizona, Kansas, and Houston. We saw how tough it is to win in the fog tonight with that Arizona game, and I don't scratch any of those losses. That Oklahoma State loss is obviously not great on the road, but I think they can get up for this Baylor game. I like BYU here. I didn't move on this game. The minus 2.5. KenPom makes this number 1. Baylor losing this game by 1 to BYU. I don't think there's a ton of value in that 2.5. Like I said, I think it hits 3.5. It probably comes back 2.5, closes somewhere around that number. I don't think there's a ton of value closing line wise, but I just lean BYU here. I think they're the better team. I think they have an offense that scoring at their best ability is much higher than what Baylor can, but it's always tough to win on the road in the Big 12, so I'm off this game.
That's fair. What about TV Jones?
Yeah, I like BYU.
Wow.
Or I'm sorry, Baylor. And this, I mean, we talked about this last year, and it remains true this year. Teams after playing Houston are just dead flat. They've got no energy. I mean, Houston before BYU played UCF followed that up where they lost to Cincinnati by 20 on the road. They played Cincinnati before that. Cincinnati lost outright at home to West Virginia. Before that, they played TCU. TCU lost outright to Colorado by nearly 30. They played Texas Tech. Before that, lost to Texas Tech. Texas Tech proceeds to lose to UCF after that. Same with Arizona State. And then West Virginia got a win over Colorado after that. But it goes on. Similar thing. I mean, Houston is so physical and just beats the shit out of you that they just drain you. And this BYU team is soft, hitting the road, laying points. Baylor's finally gotten some wins. They got got off the Schnei. I think this is a must-have game for Baylor if they want any hope of anything. They've got to beat BYU tomorrow. And BYU coming off of Houston back-to-back road game. Or is this a back? Were they?
They were at home.
Against,
they were.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're traveling now. My bad. But yeah, travel to Baylor here. I think it's just a rough spot. And I'm just going to continue with my post-Houston system that I've been going with for a while now, and it's been very profitable. So give me Baylor plus 2.5 and money line.
Trevor, guess what? I have every team that's Houston's played off a loss written down on this page right now.
Did you see that Baylor played their best conference game of the season after that loss?
I mean, it's okay. Not all systems are 100%, but I mean, going back to early January. It's 6-1 that the team they just played after loses. I mean, and then last year was very profitable too. I mean,
last year was really good. This year it's been hit or miss, especially with the good.
What are you talking about? I just went through them. I mean, Houston,
I'm looking
West Virginia, January 13th, the last time a team played Houston and won. Following,
do they cover? We're more interested in they cover.
I mean, UCF lost to Cincinnati by 20, so they definitely did not. Cincinnati lost at home to West Virginia by 5. Gonna guess they did not.
No, they were laying 6 in that game.
Yeah, TCU lost on the road to Colorado by nearly 30. Guessing they didn't cover.
No, they were favored.
Texas Tech did not cover against UCF after. Arizona State played West Virginia. They lost by 12 at home. Guessing they didn't cover. So I mean,
I want to play BYU so bad after listening to this conversation. Like this is just enforcing it.
North Carolina.
You know what?
Well,
and add another unit.
Hold on, it's at 3.5 now. While we were talking,
perfect. I'll wait. I'll have a 3.5 and a 2.5 in pocket. And
I've already bet it. Trust me, Trevor. I looked at the teams off of a loss as well. Again, I think some of it has to do with competition.
When did that just move? 12:10 a.m. Right now, Circa moved to 3.5.
Yeah, somebody's in here listening to what I got to say.
Yeah, they're really. I don't think Circa's
hammer limits. I need limits on Houston now.
You can't even get a -110, 2.5 anymore. I'm pretty positive Circa's not moving their lines based on this show. Next up, North Carolina, Miami.
That'd be cool though.
Shout out North Carolina Saturday. That was awesome. The comeback.
Awesome game.
Yeah, that was an excellent game to watch. And we were all kind of on North Carolina in the group chat. So it was just fun. Great win. Is this a letdown spot after the big win? Do they lose to the Canes here? Anyone?
I don't think so. I think this is a spot where North Carolina follows it up with a really good game versus Miami. Miami has had lots of chances to win games in conference this season. Blue Leads versus Clemson, Florida State, California. Decent teams. North Carolina is better than all of those teams. Miami has played the weakest in-conference schedule of the ACC. I think the ACC is one of the weaker top conferences this season, and I don't think there's much debate for that. They haven't played any of the top schools yet, and they have a gauntlet coming up after this. So I expect Miami to struggle with North Carolina. North Carolina, yes, they're coming off that Duke win, but I think all the news surrounding it, the Storkorm and everything, I think that gets the program just that much more hyped up and just finds a way to continue this season and find a way to continue win outright. They're 19-4 right now, 7-3 in conference. If they finish the season out strong, they can have a good bid in the NCAA tournament. I think this is a much better team than Miami at this point in the season. We're just catching this number because it's on the road. This is one of the few bets I have right now, North Carolina money line.
Yeah, this number definitely feels short. Do you think maybe the fact that North Carolina is coming off the Duke game is being factored in? Because why is this a pick? I can get a pick right now.
Because we can go back to 2020, North Carolina off of a loss, 2020 loss to Wake Forest on the road, 2021 loss to Virginia on the road.
Coming off what?
Duke.
Off the Duke game.
Oh, you said coming off a loss.
Or sorry, coming off the Duke game. 2023 loss to Wake on the road, 2024 loss to Clemson at home, 2025 win by 1 against Pitt at home. I want like 2 with Miami. I don't know if I get it, but if I get 2.5 with Miami, I pull. This is going to be their first top 50 game at home versus at home. So this is going to be, obviously, I think this is like a ultimate get up spot for them. I don't know if I actually end up pulling the trigger or not, but like I said, this is going to be a pretty big step up in class for them. So I'd be curious to see what they do, but I think this place is going to be rocking. I think they're going to have a good effort. And they've played some pretty decent teams as well, like Florida, BYU, Clemson, Syracuse, but that's obviously way back in the day. But regardless, I think this line's short for a reason. It would only be Miami for me.
I don't think Miami's very good. What do you think, TV Jones?
I get a 1.5 on Miami +1. UNC off of a buzzer beater off their national championship to Duke, double court storm. They shut the whole city down. They were partying their asses off. They ain't focused. They don't give a shit about this game. They're coming off that home game. Now they're traveling, hitting the road, going on to Miami. They're going to party, and then they're going to go down back home and beat the hell out of Pitt after they take an L to Miami here. UNC pick them against Miami. Free money. Hear ye. Come one, come all. The sports books are just giving away free money. No, this is a god-awful spot for UNC. They're not going to be focused. They're not going to get up. I like Miami in this one. Miami +1. This is a big-time signature win for Jai Lucas coming in this one. Hurricane up.
Oh, God, that's ugly.
It is ugly.
I kind of agree with Spoon. I think this is short.
This is like for me, this is like, that's why I said I need like 2.5 to get to Miami. But this is like the ultimate see who Miami is. Like, are they actually a decent basketball team? Because the Clemson game, I mean, on the road again versus Clemson, they losing that game, so what? But Florida State and California, you lose both those games by a total of 3 points, both those games at home. I mean, it's unexcusable, yes, but I mean, I don't think there is. I'm curious to see how good they are. I think I've asked Spoon 3 times over the last month, is Miami good? And and
since then, Miami's lost one of their starters in True Washington. I don't think he's coming back anytime soon right now. Like, I didn't know what to answer then. I said I don't think they're good. I continue with that take. I think it's gotten worse without a starter, and now we bring North Carolina, and this is a much better team. I think it's really easy to say, oh, let's just fade North Carolina off that win.
I agree.
I don't think this is a Miami team at all.
Spoon, would you be betting this or no?
No, I already bet this. I have a 114. I got it on FanDuel.
All right, let's go. I'll fade these clowns.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
I didn't.
UNC's a pick on.
You're not paying me
free money.
The only reason I wrote that down is because I knew that at some point we were going to be talking about them off of off the Duke game.
I can get a minus 118 right now, Spoon. You got minus 114?
I got minus 114.
Yeah, I'll take that minus 118. I'm down.
Donation.
I mean, if it was my...
People are saying this is the fake sharp play. No. The fake sharp play is coming up in 2 games.
All right, I'm in. Tar Heels. All right.
Well, if you bet Nebraska, you're good, because I've already bet Duke or Purdue.
I kind of like Purdue there, too.
You're falling into the fake sharp.
Notre Dame SMU. I might have added this one on you guys. Did anyone select this game?
Of all the games to add.
Oh, Toast, you picked it?
Yeah. Trevor, do you have something as well?
No, it would be. I think I took SMU. Yeah, SMU team total over. Notre Dame's gonna be forced to play with pace. They don't have size. They're slow. They're unathletic. Can't shoot. SMU is gonna get whatever they want. Boopy Miller is gonna look like prime John Wall. They're just gonna do whatever they want. Over 83.5 for SMU. I mean, at home too, they're gonna get the kind of game they want. They score points at home. Notre Dame has no resistance. Ponies. Team total over.
Yeah, I'm on SMU as well. I just feel like probably for me, I think that even though they probably should have won that NC State game, the Louisville game that they lost, Louisville, I mean, is just a better basketball team than them. It is what it is. But I think that they've been playing really well. They've only lost to the top teams in this conference. I think that they want a higher seed. And if there's one coach like Andy Enfield that knows you need points or as much net rating on the bracket as much as possible, it's going to be him. And I think that they probably destroy this Notre Dame team that's just really not good. And it's kind of like a throwaway season for this team. But regardless, they're coming off of a really good effort at home versus Florida State. Now they got to hit the road against a hungry SMU team. I like SMU.
Yeah, I'm good on this game. Do you have any thoughts, Spoon?
I just think the number's too big. I don't have any faith in Notre Dame. They've shown a little bit of life in the second half. Overtime versus Virginia, Louisville, they would have covered this number against Miami, not North Carolina, but that some of the better teams in this conference they played well against. So I think Notre Dame probably can keep it within 3 or 4 possessions, but I'm not going to get involved with this.
All right, let's move on. And the next game is, here we go, Purdue Nebraska. And we've come full circle because Nebraska is now laying to Purdue. So,
and rightfully so.
Yeah, based on the what we've seen the last 2 or 3 weeks, I agree that it makes sense. I just is 2 or 3 weeks enough for us to completely change like 3 months worth of basketball and what we all thought this team was going to be? I mean, teams go through rough stretches. Do we really think Nebraska's a better team than Purdue?
Currently, yeah.
I know they've been playing better the last couple weeks, no doubt. But are they a better team than Purdue?
Purdue's got a new offensive play. They just hit the defender in the face, and then they take a wide open 3-point shot. So that looks like it's going to work out pretty well if the Big Ten's going to let that fly.
That's how they drew it up. All right, so it sounds like TV Jones is on Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska ball money line. Purdue's coming in here just struggling, and all these struggles come back to Braden Smith. And that, messing up that knee a little bit in the USC game. Since then, lost to UCLA, lost to Illinois, lost to IU, beat Maryland by 30, and then Oregon at home by 4. They have not been playing good. Their wins are against Oregon and Maryland, and Oregon gave them a fight at home when it was Biddle's first game back in like 2 months or something, a month and a half. I mean, so he wasn't even in game shape, and he didn't shoot well, and they still lost by 40. It was like a traffic cone, basically. Oscar Clough, this guy should be going for 20-10 every game. He's not doing anything. Like, this Purdue team is just broken right now. Nebraska ball can hit their shots. Fletcher Lawyer, big game Fletch, does not show up in the big games. Nebraska, this place is going to be on fire. It's going to be jumping. It's going to be lit. The Richter scale is going to break. Give me the Huskers. Give me the Corn money line here.
I kind of want to take Purdue plus 2.5. Spoon, what do you think? Well, Spoon hates the coach, so.
I bet Purdue plus 2.5 here.
You're on Purdue? Let's go.
Yeah, I bet Purdue plus 2.5. So Purdue has covered like one game in their last 6. Everybody's pretty sold out on this team. Matt Painter coming off a game that very easily could have lost versus Oregon. Came down to a couple tough calls at the end. But nonetheless, got the win coming out of it, and I expect them to get the win here again. This is a really short number. Pretty disrespectful to Purdue, in my opinion. Maybe it's showing respect to Nebraska. But I think the balloon, all the air has been let out with Nebraska. I think this is a good team. But I think Purdue at this point should be laying points to Nebraska in the season. Yep. It's just this recency bias that we have after these last few games. Yes, Purdue is dealing with some injuries. Braden Smith's got some stuff going on. So does TKR. But these guys are starting to get more minutes in as the season goes on. I expect them to get healthier. I don't think we should be catching points with Purdue. I took the plus 2.5 instead of the money line because I think this comes down to the last couple of possessions. And I'd like to have that plus 2.5 in my pocket.
Yep, I just did. I think this is one of those games where there's a lot of recency bias baked in, and then when it's all said and done and it's late February into March, we're gonna look back and be like, can you believe that Nebraska was laying to Purdue? I think this is one of those where it's just 2 weeks is altering perception here. Purdue's a better team.
I think this is one where you guys show up and be like, I can't believe I bet Purdue. This team sucks. And like, try to tell you, they're not playing good ball right now.
I told people to bet Oregon money line on Saturday. I don't love. Purdue, but this is a great spot for them after that.
That's not.
They were just laying 20 points. Had they covered that game and won by 30, this number would not be Purdue plus 2.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think there's just a bunch of recency bias baked in. I think Purdue's a better team. Coming into the season, what would the line have been here coming into the season? Purdue minus 10?
Yeah, probably. Regardless, Purdue's not playing good ball right now. I think Braden's a little banged up. I think they're more focused
right.
on.
Hold on. Let me ask you.
Regular season, I think it's postseason is what they're focused on.
Well, hold on. So you're saying you agree that coming into the season, looking at this game, Purdue be laying a huge number, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I mean, this team is 19-4. It's not like.
Hold on, I get it, but still, like
the perception is this team is terrible.
If you just watch them play, you can tell they're off. Like Purdue's hold on. This team should be blowing teams out every single time.
I'm not arguing that they're not playing well the last couple of weeks. Absolutely, but I mean that just happens. That's basketball. I'm not gonna let 2 weeks trick me into laying points with the worst team.
Are they not playing well? Are they not playing like the national champion like team that people thought they were going to be? Because is there like, what's the?
Well.
I mean, I mean, because Iowa State, UCLA on the road by 2, Illinois, who's one of the best teams in the conference, Indiana is like the worst loss. I mean, what are we doing?
I get it, but like if you just like watch this, like they should be dominating.
How many games has Nebraska won by more than a possession against good teams this year?
Okay, well, I can't believe now I have to defend them.
I think it's 0.
Michigan State beat
No, hold on.
That wasn't a possession covered.
Yeah, they covered. Purdue would have covered that.
I don't give a shit how many possessions. I'm asking to win. Just win the game.
All right.
You guys, how about this? Nebraska by 1. All right. Tie game. They go to the free throw line, make one, miss the first one intentionally, force Purdue to take a full court shot, miss. 81-80 final. Nebraska ball wins.
All right, let's move on.
I didn't even get a talk.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
It's all good. I bet Purdue. I have them on the money line plus 1.8 plus 2.5 as well.
Vanderbilt Auburn.
I really want to take Vanderbilt here. It's so hard going into the jungle though and getting a win. This Auburn team is off of 2 losses, one of them at home, and they had a chance to beat Alabama in that game. They lost 96-92, but really showed up for that. They just played 2 really good teams in Tennessee and Alabama back-to-back. Right before that, they had a win off of Florida. So this Auburn team's really good. I'm having a tough time kind of fading them, but I really believe Vanderbilt is still a better team. This team's taken a lot of losses in conference play, now sitting 6-4, and I think this is a huge game for Mark Byington. I think this is a huge win if they can get it. To be getting a possession here, I really lean Vanderbilt. You can get a 4 right now, but I just haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Yeah, why is this 3.5? I mean,
it's the jungle.
No, I know, but like, all right, I think we at least these teams are even on a neutral. We're saying Auburn's better than Vandy on a neutral?
So this is one of the like gyms that you actually have to fully factor in like a home court advantage for it. Like this place goes nuts. Like you saw the fog tonight, what that did for Kansas.
I just bet Alabama in this place and was not intimidated by it. I'm pretty sure Texas is covered there. When's the last time Auburn covered?
A&M went in there and won.
When's the last time Auburn covered at home?
You weren't intimidated by it?
To your point, Sauce, when you're talking about this number, I would make Vanderbilt probably minus 1.5 on a neutral.
Yeah. So this should be.
I hate Vanderbilt.
This should be Auburn minus 1.5, Auburn minus 2 max.
Correct.
Yeah. So you got to take Vanderbilt here, right?
Going by that, yeah.
What do you mean
I'm
going
playing
by
the
that?
over.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing the over, so I don't really. I hope both teams get up and down. So I'm playing the over. I got 160. I would agree that I think this number is kind of ridiculous. I'm not a fan of this Vanderbilt team. I really don't think they're as good as what their record has shown. But regardless, that doesn't mean that Auburn is that much better than them or anything like that. And I was dead serious. I would have Vanderbilt an easy favorite on a neutral. I don't even think that's really a hot take. So I do agree that if you're trying to get on a side, Vanderbilt would be the side. But for me, you have both these teams that want to play with pace. I know Auburn is kind of in the middle of the pack, but regardless, both these teams don't mind playing with pace. And then you have 2 teams that really defensively just haven't really been good, especially against upper level competition. Vanderbilt on the road versus top 100 competition. I mean, they've had maybe 2 games defensively that have been decent. One of them was against Memphis. One of them was against Mississippi State when they faced teams like Texas and Arkansas and UCF. In South Carolina, they just really haven't been good defensively. And then on the other side for Auburn, it's the same thing at home versus top 100 teams as well. Defensively, just absolutely terrible against NC State, Texas A&M, Arkansas, Texas, and Alabama. So I just feel like both of these teams are really bad defensively and are a lot better offensively. And I think that we're going to get a lot of pace here. So I just want to see a fun basketball game and a whole bunch of guys shooting threes and stuff like that. So yeah, I played over 160.5.
Someone in the comments says Duke Miles is out. I feel it looks like he is still out. He's been out for a couple weeks. January 24th is when he got hurt. TV Jones?
Yeah, Vandy for me as well. I'm not scared of the jungle. I think Vanderbilt's a much more efficient offense. Then Auburn has dropped home games this year. Vanderbilt's a team that can run and gun and score points quick to kind of put a game away and climb back into games. So jungle, big old scary jungle, yes, but too many points for Auburn to lay in Coach Nepotism's first year. So give me a
there it is.
plus 4.
Strength of schedule for Auburn on the year is number 2 in the country. I mean, they played 9 top 25 teams. It's difficult doing this. Like the number says at 4 you play Vanderbilt, but like I don't think I'll pull the trigger on this.
Yeah, I'm not betting that.
I forgot to get the sheet, but did you guys get the IU Indy game in here?
No.
Oh.
We can talk that. I was kind of interested in that.
Oh, there's one play and one play only.
Are you on IU Indy?
Yeah.
They just got their best player back.
You can have a bonus pick. You can have a bonus pick.
Yeah, I'll throw the bonus pick in quick. Yeah, IU Indy plus 1.
Hold on real quick. I'm taking a piss real quick, so you can talk about that game and then go into the Marquette Villanova.
All right. Yeah, IU Indy plus the 1. Milwaukee is a bad team. IU Indy's already beaten them. They're at home. Lundy's team is just it's not their year. They look very bad. They do not look good. IU Indy's a feisty team. They can get blown out on any night, but I just don't think this Milwaukee team is capable of doing that, especially on the road. So yeah, IU Indy plus the 1. I'm taking them as a home dog. I'll squeeze that dog line for everything it's worth, even though they are plus 1. Give me IU Indy and the Jags. We'll be jagging off tomorrow night.
Go ahead, Spoon. Follow that. Enjoy.
It's tough. That game was a 9.5 point line the first time. So now IU Indy is a 1 point favorite. Milwaukee lost probably their best player, but definitely their best big man. I think for the season at this point to a shoulder injury. And he was a big part of that first game. So he's not factored into this. You have the home to road number change as well, but I just think the number changes too much. I lean IU Indy at this point. Milwaukee's playing bad basketball. IU Indy just got one of their best players back, but the number just moving that much, I still feel like I should be able to get IU Indy at plus money, like 130 or so on the money line, and I can't, so I'm off.
All right. Marquette, Nova. I mean, Marquette's playing better basketball right now. It's not absolutely terrible. I'm pretty sure I'm the one that clicked this game because it's one of the better games. Do either of you guys have an
One
opinion?
of the better games. It's a bold statement.
It's a cool game. It's not one of the better games
tomorrow.
I've
seen the slate. I went over the whole thing. Yeah, there's some good games.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some good games tomorrow. One of the better games is kind of crazy, but it's not a bad game though, Trevor.
No, it just depends how you look at it. If you're a Marquette backer, you're going to hate this game. But yeah, give me Villanova. Villanova's not soft. Willard has these boys rolling and playing really good basketball year one. Marquette, cool, you got your win. You're at home. Now you're going to hit the road. Villanova, if they win at home, they win by 10 plus. If they don't win by 10 plus, they lose outright. So if you like Marquette, sprinkle the money line too. But Nova kills teams at home. So. Yeah, I will take Nova laying the 10, no problem. Love fading Marquette. One of my favorite things of this college basketball season.
I think Marquette's playing better, Trevor.
They're cool. Hit the road and do it against an actual good team in the Big East.
Are we considering Villanova a good team?
They just did it against UConn. They just took them to overtime. Is that
good?
Yeah,
UConn had to look ahead, or were they off the? Were they off of the? Let me pull it up. I'll take a gator for you.
So UConn had a look ahead. Who does Villanova have on deck? They have on the road at Creighton after this.
I guess it wasn't overtime, but
UConn.
I think Marquette might win this game.
I'm just saying they've played good.
You saying Marquette took UConn to overtime?
No, I'm saying that they've played good teams on the road. That's what I'm saying.
Seton Hall, cool. Butler beat them by 11 on the road. Great team to lose to. DePaul, maybe. It's a really good team to lose to. I mean, everybody loses to St. John's and UConn.
The only point that I was making is they're playing better than I think that people give them credit for. And yes, they've had some losses on the road, but I was just wondering if it was just a pure fate of Marquette because they've been quote unquote so bad, or if you actually really like
it looks like Villanova is playing better recently, though. I didn't realize that Villanova was beating teams comfortably like that.
I think Villanova is really good. That's why I was asking. I wasn't trying to. It wasn't a gotcha. Sorry, Trevor. I wasn't trying to.
No, you're good. UConn, St. John's, Villanova. Like, that's just how it goes in the Big East this year.
I kind of want to take Marquette. What do you think, Spoon?
Well, I walked into this game wanting to take Villanova. I feel like Marquette is a team I only am interested in backing at home at this point in the season and for the rest of the year. But Villanova has a pretty good look ahead on deck to Creighton. It's significant because Villanova already lost to Creighton earlier this year at home, 76-72 game, a game they could have won. So I feel like that game is definitely on the radar. This is a 10-point spread. All the kids in the locker room know that. The coaches know that. So with the game 4 days apart, Creighton is also in the game plan right now. So I don't know how locked in on Marquette they'll be. I think Villanova has the ability to win this game by 15 to 20 points, but I think they might be looking ahead a little bit, and I think they could get caught off guard. And Marquette's been playing better basketball, so I'm not interested in this. I think if you're going to play this, it's probably only Marquette with that look-ahead spot, but I'm not going to do anything.
Update. So Circa dropped this from 10 to a flat 9. Not even 9.5. They're down to a flat 9 now. There are 9.
It's a head fake. It's a head fake.
All the 10s are gone.
And Trevor, I did say UConn overtime because Villanova went 10. So I misspoke. You're right.
Okay. I was say Providence is not UConn.
Toast, did you have a pick?
Yeah, I really wanted to bet you. I really wanted to bet Marquette here. I don't know if I can actually do it. Spoon mentioned the look ahead spot for Villanova, and yes, like I said earlier, we've all said that Marquette's been really bad on the road. There's no question about it. But they have played on the road. We just went through it, so it's not. They've played some upper of the echelon teams. I know that the Big East is terrible, but as far as the conference is concerned, but I do think that Villanova is a huge step up in class from considering the teams that they've been playing, especially over the last month and change or so. But again, they have been playing better, and if they're continuing to play better, we could be looking back and thinking this number probably should have been like 7.5 or something like that. So it would only be Marquette for me. I would probably want double digits to actually bet it, but I definitely had them circled. But at 9s now, I'm good.
Let's move on. And what did you take in the IU Indy game, Trevor? I missed it.
Oh, IU Indy +1.
IU Indy +1. All right. By the way, Trevor, awesome stream on Saturday. I had a ton of fun. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, Trevor and Huff, who is his co-host on his channel, who's an Indiana fan, streamed during the game. I wish you guys had like something that was indicating the score on the screen. There's a way you could have done that, but it was fun.
Yeah. It was like an impromptu thing, and then we're like, this actually went pretty well. We could.
Yeah, couldn't have picked a better game, right?
No, I was like, every week's not going to be fucking rivalry week, but pick a window, like a slate, like a 1
you should pick like the biggest noon Big Ten game every week. I think you could do.
Yeah, it was fun. So we'll probably fire that up the Saturdays if guys are around. So yeah, it was a good time.
So I thought
but we got refed.
Oh my god, dude,
that was horrible. And I knew it was a true reffing when Kyle was agreeing with me.
Oh, that was unbelievable.
That wasn't an exaggeration.
How do you?
Thank you.
There was a couple shaky ones leading up to it too. There was a couple calls where it was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then, how do you call that last foul? What even is that? That's how you tie the game? Unbelievable. Indiana won
with Blackwell charge towards half court where Enright was like falling over.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Indiana won without making a single basket in the final 9 minutes of play. That's fucking crazy.
It's unbelievable.
But yeah, Wisconsin covered the +4.5. So shout out to
Give it not earned.
All right. So doesn't seem like Wisconsin earned any respect in market. Unless the market's just obsessed with Illinois. Is there a Wisconsin injury that I don't know about, or are we just pricing Illinois like Duke right now?
Illinois is really damn good. Wisconsin, I bet Illinois at 11.5. I mean, Ken Palm's got this game at 7, and this is opening up at 11.5. I mean, market feels the books feel pretty confident at laying a big number here. I think this is entrapment for Wisconsin money. I think Wisconsin gets blown out here. We don't have the size or anything to combat with Illinois. They got shooters, all 5 of them shooters on the floor at all times. Physical, big guys at home off of a loss. I know we are too, but we don't. We have John Blackwell. I mean, you saw that first half when Blackwell didn't hit anything. We were down 12, and then he came alive in the second half and it played really well. But Nick Boyd can only really do so much. Like Blackwell just injects life into this team, but I don't know how much success they're going to have. They're not going to hit shots. Illinois is going to get a lot of runouts, I think.
Why won't they hit shots, though? Wisconsin could shoot.
Illinois is really good defensively and much bigger. I think it's just going to be tougher to hit shots over top, and then there's going to be runouts for Illinois to get. I just think it's a bad matchup just physically and athletically. I think Illinois, can match up, but their bigs are huge. They've got shooters up and down the floor. It's a Serbian pro team. So, just lay 11.5 with Illinois. Set it and forget it.
I could see Illinois coming out with their best fastball coming off the loss back at home. Do they really have that much of a size advantage, Toast?
Wisconsin over Illinois?
No, Illinois over Wisconsin because that was Trevor's.
No, they do not.
Up and down the guards and everything, yes.
I couldn't disagree more with Trevor.
Like a stick.
I couldn't disagree more with Trevor.
And it's Trevor's team, but you have Wisconsin who, why did I bet them and why was I so confident with them against Indiana on the road? Because they can shoot threes on the road, and they have proven this against top competition, against bad competition. It doesn't matter. The only game that they shot bad on the road this year was their first conference road game against Nebraska, where they shot 7 of 32 from deep. Besides then, they went into Michigan. They won that game. They shot 15 of 33. Then they went into Minnesota, 14 of 33. Penn State, 15 of 35. Indiana, 12 of 36. All those are really good shooting numbers. And as far as Illinois defensively, at home, especially against top 100 competition, I mean, they're not even playing teams that really shoot well. I mean, it looks good. The Northwestern game looks good because Northwestern's terrible. They shot 4 for 25 from deep. Washington's another terrible team heading to the East Coast, shot 6 for 23 from deep. But they got lit up from Nebraska. Texas Tech beat them. They shot okay, but I mean, Texas Tech destroyed them inside. I like Illinois too. I've been riding high with Illinois a lot, but I think that, and obviously they ended up losing that game, but had they beat Sparty here, I mean, this number might have been even bigger. I don't know. I just feel like this number is kind of ridiculous for a Wisconsin team that even if if the size is a big advantage and Wisconsin has to kick it out, that's what they've been able to do all year on the road. So if they happen to have finally a bad shooting night on the road, so be it. But I'm definitely taking the points with Wisconsin. I haven't betted. I just want to see if Illinois money comes in or not. But I will have Wisconsin on my card tomorrow. No question.
Jen in the comments, who lives in Illinois or somewhere in that area.
Jen. Bring it on.
Jen.
Actually, I'm on Illinois. So
is saying it's Jake Davis wig giveaway night.
Oh, you fade wig giveaway. There's where the extra 4.5 points came in.
Hold on. I can't tell if she's strolling. There's no way everyone in the crowd's going to be wearing.
Somebody else said that too. I swear I read that comment earlier.
A college game is exactly where everybody in the crowd be wearing.
There's no way everyone in the crowd is rocking that hair. For those of you that don't know who Jake Davis is, he's on Illinois, and this is what he looks like. There's no way everyone in the crowd is rocking this. Hold on, I want to bring it up on the screen because not everyone knows.
I'm looking right now.
Get
those towels ready.
There's no way that everyone in the stands is going to be rocking that. That would be the most wild.
I'm so happy. I'm going to be betting Wisconsin tomorrow. So happy.
All right, Spoon.
No.
I kind of agree with Toast that 11.5 feels a little strong. You can actually get a 12.5 right now if you peek around. Spoon.
Wisconsin hasn't performed well as like a big favorite, but they have performed well as a dog, and this number seems a little bit disrespectful. And at first, I kind of wonder why. But Kylan Boswell's been missing from this Illinois lineup. He's been practicing recently. He's not a guarantee or anything to play this game, but the jump up in the number makes me think some people think he will play this game. I don't necessarily share that opinion. I'm not going to be on this game, but if Boswell's in this lineup and he's healthy, I think Trevor's right. This team can absolutely blow out Wisconsin, but watching the end of both the Illinois and Wisconsin games, it feels like both these teams got the bad ends of the whistle. I think they're both going to come out really concentrated, playing good basketball. I could only be on Wisconsin if I was forced to pick, but something fishy is going on with this number. I think Boswell might play or something like that.
I saw that too, but if he I still feel like there's got to be a little bit of transition where they're going to have to figure it out.
He's not going to be like 100% his first game back or anything like that. And then, like I said, I don't fully understand the number.
Like, does Wagler, what does Wagler do? Like, do they just take the ball? I don't know. I feel like that's got to be something to figure it out as well, but.
So Wagler wasn't like that involved offensively. Like, he got most of his points from the free throw line in that last game. It was a little bit.
Yeah, that's Michigan State. That's like one of the best defenses in the country. He's pretty damn good.
Let's move on to the next one.
That's a Ken Palm system play. Whenever a line is 4.5 points off.
Oh my God, with these system plays.
Yo.
Hey, you should have seen the record, the run we were on last year with them. They don't happen every day. Some days there's 2 or 3. Some days there's just 1. Some days there's none.
Yo.
But man.
Arkansas LSU in Baton Rouge. What do you guys think of this Arkansas team? You think Arkansas is good, Spoon? Oh, did someone click this game?
I think they're pretty good.
No, I added this game. So whoever wants to go first, I added this one. So go ahead, Spoon.
I think Arkansas is a really good team. I do think they should beat LSU here on the road, but I think laying 5.5 is a little bit much for my taste. Ken Palm makes this number 3. LSU's dealing with some injuries still right now. I don't know how great this team is without Deion Thomas, but they played a decent game of basketball versus Georgia. Went out to a pretty big lead on Georgia in the first half. That seems to be a reoccurring pattern with that Georgia team. They don't play basketball till 5 minutes into the game, but without Thomas, I don't really trust LSU, and maybe that's why this number's ballooned a little bit. But I lean Arkansas. Just 5.5 is too big for me to play it.
I think Arkansas is the move too, and I actually might play it. It looks like some places have moved up to 6.5. I don't think LSU is good.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think this is a really good spot for Arkansas here. I first of all, I just don't. It's more of the LSU. I don't think is very good. I don't think that they've had to play anybody, especially at home. So maybe you can argue it's a get-up spot for them. I mean, but they didn't look good against Kentucky. They got a decent win against Missouri. But even defensively, they really weren't good against Missouri. And then against Georgia, I mean, they got absolutely pretty much blown out. I mean, they lost by double digits. But regardless, and you have an Arkansas team coming in here that I don't know. I haven't really been a fan of them on the road so far this year. And some of it's not like super great competition. I mean, Michigan State way back when, but I mean, as far as January is concerned, Mississippi, Auburn, Georgia, Oklahoma, Mississippi State. So they didn't look good against Auburn and Georgia. I don't know if those were just kind of like outliers or whatnot, but I think that both of those teams are significantly better than LSU, at least 2 or 3 points probably better than LSU. So that doesn't really bother me as much. So if LSU had Deion or Thomas back, maybe. But this number I think is still a little bit short here. I would lay up to 7 with Arkansas. I'd probably feel comfortable.
And Thomas is still out. The LSU point guard's still out, right?
Yes.
Because
I'm just saying that even if he were to come back, I wouldn't bother me.
These two teams just played.
It looks like Carter Knox missed the last game as well versus Mississippi State for Arkansas, one of their starters. And he's dealing with a knee injury.
How serious of a player is he? Oh, he's the 6th man, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
give or take.
because these two teams just played in Arkansas not too long ago, and Arkansas beat them, but only by 4. But the hero in that game for LSU was Thomas. He had 18 points, 5 assists. He led the team in points and assists. He's out. That's a starting point guard. Yeah, I'm taking Arkansas. TV Jones?
Yeah. Quadruple lock here. Arkansas, 5.5. It was 4.5, I believe.
It's mostly 6. Yeah, it's mostly 6 now.
It's a 6 now. I should have moved on that 4.5. It's just been sitting here in my dumbass let it climb. Yeah, LSU at home, not very competitive. I know they played who was this? Kentucky at home, 1-point loss, but that was a Christian Laettner full court pass. Kentucky got on the win, so they should have won that game. But I mean, otherwise their losses are all a bunch at home. They lost by 10 at home to South Carolina, for Christ's sake. And then Mississippi State beat them by 14 at home. Georgia just beat them by 12 at home. And even on the road, you know, their losses are significant, or they're like 1 or 2 points. If you like LSU, play the money line, because that means Arkansas sleepy spot. LSU's playing them tough, and it's a get up game. But I think through a full 40 minutes, Arkansas is going to eventually just get what they want. Darius Acuff will do what he needs to do and get this done. Especially no Thomas for LSU. Not to mention LSU already gave him a scare at home. Arkansas will be ears will be perked up for this one already. They'll be ready for this one.
All right, let's move on.
I played that -5.5, -112. It's still available on FanDuel right now.
I just played the same exact thing, Spoon.
Yeah, same.
It's the only one left, though. Yeah, it looks like they're a little bit slow to the move, or FanDuel feels strongly.
They don't.
Maybe. I mean, Duke Pitt, I added this one. I mean, it's 16. Duke coming off a loss. They might Pitt might feel the wrath of a pissed off Duke team here. And if you guys have quick thoughts, we can skip this one if you want.
I was going to say, yeah, I thought for sure. Yeah. I thought for sure you're going to be like, oh, Duke isn't that good. Capel, revenge, But never mind.
You guys both say lay it, Duke or nothing?
Yeah, it'd be 100% Duke or nothing for me.
Spoon, any thoughts, or should we go on to the next one?
Yeah, I'm worried about Pittsburgh player safety tomorrow. I feel like Duke might be on a little bit of a rampage.
All right, cool. Let's move on to the next one. Just look, Spoon's a good guy. He's looking out for the safety of the Pittsburgh Panther players.
Of course. I mean,
another one that I added, we can spend about 2 seconds on it. Any reason to look at Houston, Utah here, guys? I mean, Houston is coming off a huge road win, one of the biggest road games of the year. We've seen a couple teams get flat out there in Salt Lake or whatever the hell city this place is at.
That was good. You're right.
It is in Salt Lake. I always say Rice. I always just say Rice Eccles because that's the name of the football stadium, but I never knew where it actually was. So it's in Salt Lake. Any reason to glance at this game, or should we move on right on to the next one?
Go ahead, no, I don't want to lay that much with Houston. Utah is flying back to Utah from a road trip too. So Houston's been there. Houston off the big BYU game, getting ready to head home. Under, I think it was like 144.5 earlier. Under, I think both teams play incredibly slow. Houston's defense is good. Utah's offense has not looked good at all. I think even if Houston puts up 80, I think, the under is still safe in this one. So under 143 from me.
Yeah.
I love Houston tomorrow. Sorry, Sauce.
You're laying the big.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say anything of substance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love Houston tomorrow. Trevor kind of mentioned it as well. Houston's already been up here and in the mountains. Obviously, they just took care of business versus BYU. And not that Utah isn't used to the mountains or whatever, but they are flying back from Kansas. They were just in Kansas on Saturday. Houston just had to travel up to Salt Lake from BYU. And not to mention the fact that I do think that this Houston team might smell a little bit of blood in the water, if I may, because this now with that Arizona loss, that's going to put, that puts Houston in the driver's seat for at least a big share of the Big 12 title. Obviously, there's a lot to go, but that puts them in the driver's seat there. So I don't think that there's any letdown spot from Houston here. I think they continue to get better. I think Kingston Fleming continues to show why he's an absolute star. I think they win this game by 20 plus.
Spoon, any thoughts here? Should we move on?
Arizona is the only team to cover this number versus Utah at home this season, and I think Houston might take that as a little bit of a measuring mark and use that 18 that Arizona put on it and try to beat the 18.
No, they're not
I can
looking
only
at
be on
that.
Houston here, the much better team.
I love it.
That's a tinfoil response.
Yeah. Well, it's been working out for him.
It's fantastic, though.
Keep wearing that hat, Spoon.
Houston wants to win by more than 18 so they can one-up Arizona on their victory against Utah. That's wild.
Haters got to hate, Spoon.
Have you ever listened to a Kelvin Sampson press conference?
No, I haven't.
He's a little bit chippy.
Is he a chippy one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good one.
Go ahead, Toast. Tell us how.
No, I was just curious because I know that obviously Spoon and I have obviously said many times that Iowa State's a good basketball team.
Well,
now here they are playing your beloved TCU.
In my opinion, we're looking at the most overrated program in college basketball on the road against the most underrated program in college basketball. +7. TCU might win this outright.
Spoon? I do kind of agree with him. That's why I'm going to pass it to you.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. So Iowa State coming off a Baylor victory, 72-69, not commanding at all. Played with their food a little bit. I think going on the road here to TCU, they prove a point. This number is short. KenPom makes this number 76-67. I think Iowa State can win this game by more than 10 points. TCU at home, definitely a good environment. Not trying to fade that at all, but I just think Iowa State's the much better
Sounds
team.
like you are trying to.
I'm not getting involved with this number because I think it's too short.
Yeah, Spoon, don't get involved. You shouldn't. Tell him, TV Jones.
Yeah, Iowa State here.
What the fuck?
Really?
TCU not not good at home. I mean, you look at this.
Because of who
I'll give them that. I'll give them that. I mean, their home wins are Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and Baylor. And Baylor has been awful.
Who are their home losses?
Yeah, no, I get it. The home losses are Arizona and Houston. But still, I mean, Iowa State is basically those two teams.
No, they are. Oh my God!
Okay,
hold on. They also lost to Notre Dame.
I said
I've heard all I need to hear.
I didn't say they are. I said they are basically.
Unreal.
Iowa State is going to go on the road and get a big dub. TCU, it doesn't play great at home. They like to go on the road and get their big get up spots. The big dogs. Nobody believes in us. Yada 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 yada. They're a home dog. People are going to like them tomorrow. But Iowa State's a much better team, much more physical, much more dominant, far better shooters. Momcilovic is a all-star, is a star. We've known that, but Iowa State lay it. They kicked their ass. 78-69. Iowa State wins.
Unreal. Okay, so yes, TCU doesn't look great at home, and Spoon is right. That Notre Dame loss.
Why are we saying they don't look great at home? Because of one loss to Arizona?
I was just trying to say, well, I can understand why people, if they're looking at it, I was just trying to give it a little bit of context because there is.
Well, that doesn't make sense though. They look fine at home. What is the bad data point at home here? Remember the Houston game? They missed.
Lost against Notre Dame, lost against New Orleans. Those are the bad
I don't
data
care
points.
what happened 3
2-point
months
home
ago.
win against Kansas State. A 3-point home win against Oklahoma State.
Their wins.
Kansas State was shooting the lights out, but my point to that was. Since the Notre Dame debacle at home where they lost in overtime, this team has played much better at home. And like we just talked about, the two losses were to Arizona and Houston. Not to mention the fact that the TCU lost to Arizona, which, I mean, it is what it is. Arizona is one of the best teams in the country. 4 days before that, they were on the road in Kansas in an overtime game in the fog, and then they had to come home and play Arizona. So, I mean, we've went over this TCU schedule. It's been a gauntlet at times, but what you know what hasn't been a gauntlet? The Iowa State schedule. And this plays into Sauce's narrative that they might not be good because really any point that they've stepped up in competition, they really haven't looked good. So if you want to consider Baylor a decent competition, that's great. I mean, but if we're going all the way back, the Purdue game is like the Purdue and Iowa games. This is the last time this team actually played anybody and looked good. It would only be TCU for me. I haven't bet it because I assume that Iowa State might take money because they only have 2 losses on the year. And I do think that they are a better basketball team. This isn't me trying to make a case that Iowa State's bad, but they haven't played anybody in a while. TCU has played a gauntlet, especially considered a Big 12 schedule. I don't think that anything that they've seen isn't going to be ready for them against Iowa State. So it would only be TCU for me. I'm just waiting on the number. I will be betting them.
I bet plus 7.5. And I also took the money line.
On what?
What?
What's the 7.5 on?
FanDuel plus minus 120. Remember the Houston game that we lost. We lost that game because TCU missed 4 free throws in the final few minutes and then missed a layup at the buzzer. So like they lost by 9. That was a close game down to the wire. That was like ridiculous that we didn't cover that. They played Houston down to the wire in that game. Mm-hmm. That was one of those games where it's like, how did plus 8.5 lose? That was not a comfortable win by Houston at all. All right, let's go.
Thank you, shot quality.
Yeah.
I don't care what the shot quality score says. I'm saying because I watched it.
I could tell you.
And you guys literally had a battle on the show of who was the biggest Oklahoma State fan. It was weird. Here you guys are. You can talk about your beloved Pokes.
I'm going to be betting them. Here, hold on just 1 second. I took a loss with Oklahoma State. Oh, well. Everybody that's clowning me for losing a plus 3,000 money line, you're right. You got me. I lost. You got me. So, anyway, that was by far Oklahoma State's worst shooting performance of the year. But Oklahoma State has done a pretty good job on the road this year. They've been a good job of limiting threes on the road. Only Texas Tech is really only the team that's gotten to them. I think this is a really, really good spot to get Oklahoma State plus money here. So I have them plus 2.5 here. I think that Arizona State is kind of like one of these up and down teams where, like, especially if you watch them, like they have good games against Arizona and then they like go on the road and they win against Utah and then the Colorado game, it's the back-to-back in the mountains. It is what it is. But there's at times where it's like you don't think that they're that bad, but I think that Oklahoma State is significantly better than people give them credit for. I know that the Arizona loss looked really, really bad, but at the same time, I mean, they looked really bad against Iowa State at home, and then they went on the road and kicked the shit out of Utah as well. So they lost to Texas Tech. They beat UCF by 10 at home as well. So I think this is a really good Oklahoma State team. I think that Arizona State team, they just ran into an absolute monster. It is what it is, but I'm not turning my back on them now. I'm on Oklahoma State.
I know you guys are all going to agree because you have a weird obsession with Oklahoma State.
Oh, and Arizona State can't shoot threes either, so that helps.
I'll make a case for Arizona State. It's a dumb one, but every team that in conference play that's played Arizona and this Arizona State trip has played Arizona first. Arizona State's never gotten a crack at somebody first. They've always played them after Arizona, so they might get teams a little died down, but Oklahoma State was already dead. They packed it in about 10 minutes into that game, lost by 40. They'll be ready for this one. Bobby Hurley traveling and company off of Colorado, traveling home. Game Saturday, so Sunday, Monday to recoup, and then Tuesday's game day. So Oklahoma State, I think, will be ready. Will Lutz will have these boys ready, and Arizona State can't defend the 3. Anthony Roy should go bananas tomorrow. So. Yeah, wrong team favorite. Give me Oklahoma State plus 2.5. Might hit some money line too.
So real quick, someone in the comments who was saturated said, "I'm disappointed we haven't gotten a tinfoil take from Spoon." You're wrong here because we have gotten a tinfoil comment from Spoon. He said Arizona will beat Utah by 18. Houston wants to win by more than that to use as a measuring stick. That was a tinfoil comment, 100%. So you're wrong, saturated. We have gotten a quote from Tinfoil Spoon on this show today.
And it makes sense, actually. It does check out. College coaches are petty like that, in all honesty. College coaches are like that, man.
It's funny because he's dead serious.
He's dead serious.
I love you so much.
He goes, it does check out.
It does. The math checks out.
Should I put up Oklahoma State? I know you're taking them, Spoon. You love Oklahoma State.
I'm not in love with Oklahoma State. Like I took them on the road versus Utah because anybody should beat Utah anywhere in any gym. That's how I feel about them in the Big 12 this year. Arizona State here, Bobby Hurley's kind of on the hot seat. He got a coach at home. This building has been known to get up. I don't want to fade Hurley here. I think this Arizona State team has the ability to get up for this game. I'm going to be off it. I lean Arizona State, but
wow,
nothing solid here.
I will say I would rather back Hurley at home laying points, obviously, than on the road. But, I would rather not lay points with Bobby.
That's a good question from Jen. She wants to know what Tinfoil Spoon's record is. I believe it's just 1-0 because I don't think he made a tinfoil comment and he won that bet. What was his tinfoil comment again? Oh, that Hurley wanted to lose to St. John's for the good of the Big East.
You missed it in the Discord today. They tagged me in a couple Xavier comments. People were like, even TV Jones is on this. And I was like, did you even consider that Pitino wants to lose to Rich? And then I quoted the Rick Pitino press conference right after the last Xavier game where he just really gave a lot of praise to his son and the ability he's done coaching so far. Like he had JT Toppin playing on the same team with a lot of other just like all-stars. I think that was a nice spot TV Jones called out like 2 games ago. I was glad to get on it with him.
Yeah,
I am so pissed that I did not go way bigger on Xavier. Like 14.5 was ridiculous. It got up to 16.5. I didn't care. Slick Rick's going to beat the shit out of his kid on national TV by 20. He's just going to slaughter him, sacrificial lamb. No, that was, oh my God. That was, so free.
He's not playing in the game. He's not playing in the game.
I know. But like if they're up like 15 with like 4 minutes left, they're going to take the foot off the gas. He's not just going to keep running the offense. Like he'll take his guys out. But yeah, it was, I don't know. That money line is going to be brutal. That would have been the second one.
If there's one coach that's definitely aware of the spread, it's Rick Pitino.
So, Toast, I tailed you on this. So go ahead.
Well, I sent the text. Usually, if I text you, you usually tail.
Portland.
Yeah. Toast texted me to take this under, so I did.
Trevor, I know you're not talking about Wisconsin and Gonzaga.
I'm sorry. Did we lose to Portland? You guys don't even have Andrew Rapp. They didn't even have Andrew Rapp anymore because we
Trevor,
got him.
We literally live in the Sweet 16. So just calm your bot. Just calm down.
You live in the land of mediocrity.
Nope. Do nothing. Okay.
Really? We got refed. We got refed. Coach K paid off the refs. 38 and done. Remember that? We beat undefeated Kentucky. No big deal. We have the number 1 player all time, Ken Pom's National Player of the Year, Frank Kaminsky, number 1 player via those metrics of all time. No big deal.
That couldn't guard
anything else you want to talk? Because
we own you.
We own you.
You can't do that. So anyway, under WSU Gonzaga. So for me, I think the Portland game was an outlier, not the loss. It's just the fact that they had 74 possessions, and I think that was part of. I could care. I think this Gonzaga's team's dead, guys. So this isn't me trying to make excuses for Gonzaga. This is all about the total and possessions. This is all that this is for me. But Portland was just running and gunning and making everything they could possibly make. So it wasn't. I think that you throw that game out, but. What have we been cashing on is Gonzaga's inability to score without Braden Huff, and he's not going to be coming back anytime soon. And yes, EK is back, but again, I still don't think that his efforts is going to change the way that we should be looking at these totals. So the Oregon State game went was super easy, and again, 56 possessions. And again, I keep talking about possessions because so much further, and why I feel like we're still continuing to get these numbers, and the Portland game only helped this cause, is that you're used to seeing Gonzaga playing a super high possession games. if going back from when Huff got hurt, the Washington State games, the game he was out, back from Santa Clara on, I mean, they're playing essentially 70 possessions in every single game, if not more, usually more, but 70, I would say actually like 72 or 73, but regardless, since Braden's Huff out, 68 versus WSU, and that game probably went, or was like not really close to the over, but WSU shot 40% from deep, but regardless, Seattle, 61 possessions, Pepperdine, 70, San Francisco, 68 with St. Mary's. The outlier is the 74 with Portland, and then they showed up on the road against Oregon State and allowed 56 possessions. So with the way that Gonzaga is constructed right now, like I said, without Huff and EK inside, they're not trying to run and gun and then kick it outside for easy looks. That's just not how they're going to be doing things. And Washington State's on the road has been pretty damn bad, but they've also played, I mean, some pretty decent defense. This reminds me of our pretty bad defenses as well, excuse me. So that's why some of their totals I think is high. But this game, this is very like Gonzaga reminds me very much of Seattle right now, where defensively you can count on them. Offensively, you never really know what you're going to get. I feel like this is more like the Seattle game where Washington State lost that game 69-55. Gonzaga might score more than 69, but that's the type of game I think it's going to be. I would play this anything as long as you can get 155.5, you'd be good. It's not there yet, but I'm just saying up into there.
Yeah, I got 157.5. Gonzaga is 8-2 to the under in their last 10. Spoon, any thoughts on this one?
I don't hate that under at all. I kind of like it. I just lean Washington State here. I think they're a pretty good basketball team. I think they're playing Gonzaga. EK is clearly back. I mean, he scored 30 in 2 of the 3 games since his injury. So I'm not worried about that, but that just lends to Gonzaga's ability to slow down the game, just use their big man more. And I think this is a spot where Washington State is going to be in it live in the first half, and eventually Gonzaga pulls away in the second half. But I think 20 is just a little bit too big of a number. I couldn't get there. I don't have as good of a hold on these West Coast teams.
TV Jones, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I kind of like Washington State too. Gonzaga has Santa Clara on deck. That's the one that matters. Battle for first place in the WCC. So how much of an effort is going to be given here? I think, obviously, they don't want Portland 2.0 on their hands here, but 20 points is a lot. I think they win this game by like 15 or 16. I like Washington State, but that under is very intriguing. You guys pitched a very good case. I might ride that under with you. Yeah,
I mean, we've been blindly taking these unders for a while. I don't ask questions when Toast says Gonzaga under anymore because it lost the most recent one I took, but it's been pretty consistent. So
been flying under the radar for me.
All right, guys, enjoy your night. I'm going to talk about. There's only 4 NBA games, so I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Wednesday stuff. Later.
See you.
Have a good night, guys.
Let's talk New York Knicks basketball, shall we? Gotta say, the total coming down, well, it honestly depends on your opinion on this game. Depends on what combination of Knicks we're going to see in this game. All right. Indiana on the road at the Mecca here. These teams did play earlier in the season, so this is not the first time they're going to meet since the Eastern Conference Championship last year. They played on December 18th, but it's the ultimate who gives a shit game. Ready for this? So on December 18th, the Knicks went on the road to Indiana. They won, but didn't cover right here on the screen, 114-113. So this was Nesmith was still out for the Pacers. Obviously, Halliburton, Toppin, they've been out. For the Knicks, there was no Josh Hart. There was no McBride. There was no Towns. There was no Mitchell Robinson in this game. So no Nesmith for the Pacers. Knicks missing 3 or 4 key pieces there. So who cares about this game? Neither team was really at full strength here. As I'm sure you've heard, Knicks seem to have gotten themselves together. 9-1 in their last 10. 9-1 against the spread. Defensive rating under 101, which is absolutely elite. You can question the strength of schedule a little bit, but yeah, the Knicks seem to have upped things on the defensive side of the ball, which was their main weakness. I don't think Zubats is going to play for the Pacers. I think he's, you know what, let me pull it up to see if I'm pretty sure he's technically listed as questionable, but based on what I was reading, it didn't sound like he was going to. Yeah, he is listed as questionable, so maybe there is a chance he's going to play, but based on what I was reading, didn't sound like he was going to play. And Micah Potter is also questionable. So if Zubats and Potter both don't play, that puts Jay Huff in a position where he's like the only legitimate big on the active on the roster for Indiana. And we've seen the Pacers play a few games like that where Jay Huff is the only big they have, and it's not very reliable. Johnny Furphy recently, I think he just tore. Did he something? Was it Achilles or an ACL? It's out for the season. Johnny Furphy, which I mean, the Pacers with that trade. They traded Mathurin. They traded Isaiah Jackson. Not that those are necessarily superstars, but I think the Pacers signaled to everybody that they're looking on to next season. And with Furphy getting hurt, you got a guy like Jarris Walker, who is you would imagine the Pacers see him as a key future piece to this roster moving forward. So I would imagine we'll see heavy usage from Jarris Walker to see what they have there in him. So yeah, Pacers kind of punting on the season, it looks like a little bit. On the Knicks side, no Mitchell Robinson in this game, still no McBride. OG Anunoby listed as questionable, and that's what makes it a little tough. The Knicks have shown us since they got hot 10 games ago, they could play elite defense without Anunoby. They could play elite defense without Mitchell Robinson. But can they play elite defense without both? That's probably their two most important defensive pieces there. OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson. There's other guys on the team that can play defense. But, yeah, I mentioned Pacers. They made the trade 2 games ago, and they were actually – they got healthy. They got some guys back. They actually were playing better for a while there. They were 7-7, 9-5 against the spread over a 14-game stretch. We bet the Pacers a bunch of times during this stretch. But, I mean, they made the trade 2 games ago. They've lost 3 in a row. I think the Pacers have moved on to the 26-27 season. And during this hot streak, if you look at the Knicks' recent games against bad offenses, it's been so dominant. So they've played 5 games against bad offenses recently. Talk about the Nets, the Kings, the Raptors, the Blazers, the Wizards. They have a defensive rating of 90 in those games. So I know we don't have Mitchell Robinson, but if I get OG Anunoby, I think we can really count on the Pacers struggling to score here. I don't like how the Knicks have a more important game right on deck before the All-Star break, so they immediately go to Philadelphia. Not that I'm insinuating the Knicks would be looking ahead or not caring, but you know they want to beat the Sixers in Philly. So more important game right on deck for the Knicks. Don't like that. If OG Anunoby doesn't play and the Knicks are without Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson, I disagree with the total coming down. So it looks like the 222.5 is gone, though. So it's back up at 223.5. So maybe it's coming back up. I'd say, I guess, I said I made the game 13. Oh, no, I said 12.5. So the number's about where, this is pretty much where I would have the game, to be honest. If OG Anunoby doesn't play, I wouldn't be mad at an under. I mean, I'm sorry, an over. Because the Knicks will be missing their 2 best defensive players, and the Pacers have been running at a fast pace. So if OG Anunoby doesn't play, I don't hate an over. If OG Anunoby does play, then I would just say Knicks. But yeah, nothing for me here. Furphy torn ACL. Yeah, it was an ACL. This is the game I bet, and I'm a little worried that. All right, looks like maybe a little bit of Clippers winning. This seems, when I bet it, Circa wasn't open, Pinnacle wasn't open, so I was hoping that they opened up at a lower number, and the other books would follow suit. That's not what we saw. Circa and Pinnacle opened up at 7.5 as well. So I bet the Clippers plus 7.5 in this one. Obviously, there's uncertainty. You got Mathurin making his debut with the team. You got Isaiah Jackson making his debut with the team. So I guess you could have the conversation of chemistry. These guys have never played on the team before, but the way the Clippers play offensively, it's a lot of isolation with Kawhi Leonard, and Mathurin can play some isolation himself. So I don't know. The Mathurin can create his own shot, and the Clippers run a lot of ISO. I don't think it's a huge adjustment period here. So I know the Clippers haven't looked their best in the last handful of games, 3-3, 2-4 against the spread, but this is still a good basketball team. Now, Rockets are in good shape. Durant's good. Tari Eason. Wait, let me make sure there's no updates here in the injuries. No, yeah, we're good. So Steven Adams and Van Vliet, obviously long-term injuries, but Durant's good. Tari Eason's good. Şengün's good. So the Rockets are in pretty good shape here. 7.5 just feels really high to me. The Rockets have not been that good, and I know they play better at home, right? The Rockets play better at home. But if you actually look at their last 10 home games, they're 2-8 against the spread. So, yes, they play better at home, but it's not like they're covering big numbers. And we just talked about how the Clippers run a lot of ISO. The top 5 teams in terms of isolation frequency, Clippers, Thunder, Celtics, Sixers, and Rockets are actually one of the 5. Against those 4 other teams that run a lot of ISO, Rockets are 2-6, 2-6 against the spread this season against these teams that run a lot of ISO. And look, we know the Rockets have a great defense. I will always go to bat for Houston defensively. Well, the Clippers haven't had problems playing elite defenses. In their last 8 games against top 10 defenses, they're 7-1, 7-1 against the spread with an offensive rating over 118. So they haven't had problems win these type of games. Now, something to consider is these 2 teams are about to play twice in this same building. You got back-to-back games here in Houston before the All-Star break. Not sure really what that means. I think this number should be like 4.5. So obviously, I'm the one off here. I do not have the entire market beat by 3 points, but I bet the Clippers, hopefully it comes down and closes at a lower number, but I think 7.5 is too high. So I bet the Clips here. This is the other one that I'm considering betting. All right, so I think this number's a little short, to be honest. 7.5 for the Suns with Booker at home. I think this number should be like 9.5, personally. So I'm leaning towards the Phoenix side here. This is probably, if I was to place a second bet, it would be Phoenix minus 7.5 would be the other NBA bet I'm considering. So I don't know what the deal is with Chris Middleton. I don't have him in this graphic. He is on the team. Not sure if he's going to play. I really don't know. So Chris Middleton is on this team as well. The long-term injuries make it tough to put this graphic together because I don't really even know who the active 12 players are right now. But PJ Washington is back, which is big. Klay Thompson's listed as questionable. So I don't know if Chris Middleton's going to play for Dallas. This team is on a skid. They're 0-7. They've lost 7 consecutive games, just 2-5 against the spread. We know Dallas struggles on the road. They're just 2-11 in their last 13 road games. Yes, that is a cherry pick number. They're actually 4-11 in their last 13. So I did in their last 15. So I cherry picked the number. But yeah, they're 2-11 in their last 13 on the road. They've been struggling on the road all year. Suns are in good shape here. Booker is back. Let me just make sure there's no updates here. Yeah, Booker's back. Jalen Green's going to play. Grayson Allen has been ruled out. And then Cole Anthony isn't going to play as well, but he just joined the team. So Suns are in pretty good shape. I know you look at the recent numbers, and it's coming up that the Suns should only be laying about 6, but got to keep in mind that the Suns played a bunch of games recently without Devin Booker, and it's going to be skewing a lot of their stuff. If you look at the on-off splits with Devin Booker this year, the Suns are significantly better offensively and significantly better defensively with Devin Booker on the floor. They're 29-13 against the spread when Devin Booker plays. Blindly betting the Suns every single time Devin Booker plays has been very lucrative. I mean, and I also like this for the Suns. They've lost back-to-back games, right? Booker's now back. They're at home. They've got Oklahoma City on deck. Now, I know you could say, well, that's a look ahead. They've got the defending champions on deck. Well, or you could look at this and say, man, Phoenix better win this game because they do not want to go into the All-Star break with 4 consecutive losses. So I actually think it's a great spot for Phoenix to just come out, best fastball, beat the hell out of a bad Dallas team. I think 7.5 is too short. I think it should be the 9.5. So I kind of like the Suns here. This is probably the second bet. Wow, we're pulling heavy Dallas, huh? You guys like the Mavs for real? Nah, Weskers is on the Suns with me. You betting that, Weskers? Maybe I'll bet the Suns. Yeah. Spurs minus 8.5. Lakers plus 8.5. I would imagine no Luka Doncic here, right? Has he been officially ruled out? I mean, he limped off the court the other night. With the All-Star break, he's listed as questionable, I think, but he didn't play tonight. With the All-Star break right around the corner, I very seriously doubt I don't even think they would play Luka at 90% right now. So I'm pretty sure that we're not going to see Luka Doncic in this one. Now, one thing I will say, though, I'm not just going to forget everything we've seen from the Spurs over the last 3-4 weeks because of 2 games. So the Spurs came out really successful offensive games in their last 2. Both were against the Mavericks. 127 offensive rating in their last 2 games. So back-to-back excellent offensive games. Let's not forget that the Spurs have been struggling to consistently score points for several weeks before this. So, look, Devin Vassell was hurt. He is now back. That certainly helps. But I'm not just forgiving all of the Spurs offensive woes over 2 basketball games against one of the worst teams in the NBA. So I still have questions about the Spurs offense right now. I don't think it's a very good offense. Now, I trust San Antonio in other aspects of the game. They're elite defensively. I like them in transition. Like the Spurs are a good team. I don't necessarily trust the Spurs offense like that. And you might be saying, well, Kyle, who cares? It's the Lakers defense. Well, don't look now. The Lakers have actually been playing some defense. They're 8-3 straight up, 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 with a defensive rating of 111.4. So the Lakers have been playing some defense recently. No one's really talking about it. The Lakers have been playing some defense. Now, we don't know if we're going to see Luka Doncic. Like I said, I would imagine, I think most of you would agree, probably not. But Lakers are in good shape. Outside of Luka Doncic, let me just make sure there's no updates there. Nope. So, yeah, Lakers are in good shape outside of Luka Doncic. And look, the on-off splits indicate that the Lakers defense is much worse without Luka Doncic. But all of these games were from before the Lakers got hot and started playing defense. So we just saw the Lakers play tonight, or the last 2 games without. The Lakers have now played the last 2 games without Luka Doncic and looked pretty good defensively. I actually only saw a few minutes of tonight's game against Oklahoma City, but they played a great defensive game against Golden State without Luka Doncic. So I think the Lakers could play some defense in this one. I don't really have a ton of interest in this game. I think 8.5 is a little bit extreme. If LeBron James plays and the rest of the Lakers are going to be on the floor here, I think 8.5 is a little extreme. So I would lean Lakers, but this is not. Oh, I don't even have graphics for it. This is not. I would lean Lakers. That's not a game I'm interested in betting. No, I know the Lakers just lost. I'm saying I didn't have a chance to look and see what their defensive efficiency numbers were and everything like that. So, everyone, I would lean Lakers on that last one. Didn't bet it. Everyone, thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Yeah. Talk to you later.